Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I want to take a little bit of time and share with you something that's fantastically true. You know, something that grabs me all the time and eats at my spirit, and that's the suffering of the human population. I can't stand it. And I have spent the better half of my life trying to eradicate it. But this is what I want to tell you. I want to tell you that the stories that you heard about kings and queens and pharaohs and popes and how these people consider themselves as being connected to the divine, well, it was happening in those days, and it happens today. Sure, those kings and queens and pharaohs have died, but their descendants were taught the same things that they were taught. And they kept it pure, even if they had to bury it in secret societies. But the masses, they were told something, and they believed it. They accepted it, and it wasn't true. In essence, reality reflects that those people who are filthy rich today were filthy rich then, and they were filthy rich because they stole. They did whatever they had to do to get whatever was considered as wealth, to put themselves above others. You have heard the expression, thou shalt not steal. But it seems that was only meant for the poor person, or the person who finds a reason to that they have to steal. You see, thou shalt not steal is talking to the first. There should be no stealing. And if stealing takes place, usually that first, based upon God's plan of life, would be caused by greed. And where greed is expressed, then poverty or lack thereof is expressed at the same time someplace else. And for those who have been provided for by the Creator, have had something snatched out of their hands, they have the right to snatch it back. The problem, what we see here is that the greedy one who did all the stealing have now passed laws to make it a crime for anybody else who finds a need to steal, if they do it. Now, the problem has been created. This is nature. When the one in with greed acted and took from another, because that's what happened, they created a situation that requires, if you want to meet your need, get it back. You've heard it said that no justice, no peace. That really doesn't mean anything. It's just a phrase in today's physical expressions and protests. But where there is an injustice, there isn't supposed to be peace. Nature does not require or allow peace to exist where justice is running amok. No. When you see hurricanes and tornadoes and all those other kind of things, it's because something has gone amok. It doesn't usually happen, but now something has gone amok. So when people start exercising injustice, start abusing people, the people, by virtue of being committed to God, is not supposed to let you go with that. They're supposed to come back at you with full force. And since you started it, you're supposed to lose. Now, what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, the powers that be will never change the system. You can stop that. You can stop all protests that's talking about agreements. Forget it. Forget it. It's not even worth it. By the time you get a little grievance through, the power that be would have started squashing you so much you would be glad to accept that little situation. What is required now is what some people call a revolution. What is required now is what some people call a new beginning. And it must be a beginning that works for everybody. See, we find in our societies, now Bill Gates and all those rich people right now, most of them are thieves. They don't know. They would say, well, it was legal and the market supported it, and so we took advantage of it. Yes, you took advantage of it, and taking advantage of it means you took advantage of the people. And now you sitting, as they would say, on Peel Hill, and these people are sleeping on the bridges, afraid to go and steal because you said it was against the law. And yet you allow a scenario to exist that creates these homeless people, these people who can't pay bills, these people who don't have any money, those people who can barely get by, those people that's living from paycheck to paycheck, those people who can only take a vacation every now and then, those people who are losing out their lives playing the system that you play, a system that you put into place. And you pass a law, say they gotta stay in that predicament. When you came and raped the earth and still doing it and making it against the law. But that's why the powers of creation come into play. That's why people understand that it is not you that they are committed to. They must be committed to the powers that be, which is an expression when they are that way to themselves, one, and two, when what they do does not reflect any negative on you. So they got it made. Folks, I'm telling y'all, you got the, Mrs. Clinton, let me tell you about Miss Clinton. Miss Clinton has nothing to offer you. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Clinton has nothing to offer you. You Democrats, I know you're thinking if Miss Clinton doesn't get in, Donald Trump might. Donald Trump has nothing to offer anybody. Both of these people are tools that's being used by the powers that be, and they are willingly playing the game. And they are not thinking about you. Going around the country is nothing but a charade. How many times have they stood up for you to the extent that they were willing to suffer in your behalf? Either one of them. How many times have they been so disgusted with the way the system has treated you that they've been in the protest, and even after they got in the political arena, they were still out there? How many? Not a single one of them. And now they're standing before you talking about what they can do. And you know what? They expect you to believe it because you have been trained to believe it. And you do believe it. Those of you who believe Donald Trump, you believe it. And Donald Trump couldn't give a hoo about you. But you'll vote for him. And then when you see he doesn't care about you, then you'll say, well, it's better him than Democrats. And any Democrat or anybody who sit there and watch those Republicans debate one another, and they exposed themselves to the American people. They told you, it came out of the other person's mouth, but they told you all of the, well, not all of it, but a lot of it. And you are still considering voting for them. They're just like you. You know you couldn't do it. You know your mind would be someplace else. That's why you're not running. And they are running because they know you just like them. And they're proving to you that, and look here, not only that, these guys who talked about one another said when it comes down to the why, as bad as these guys are, they would still support it. You know what that means? That means they do not give one ooh about you, the American people, and you, the people of the world. And you still gonna vote for them. You still are going to vote for them. But I got a proposal. Oh, I left the Christians out. The Christians are sitting on either side, Republican or Democrat. And they would even, and will be, voting for one of these children of corruption. In the name of God, inside of them they say, well, I'm going to do this. All black people, all of you black people, let me tell you something. You know darn well this country has nothing to offer you. And for those of you who got a job, you just playing and being used for now. So I need you to wake up and listen to this. All you poor people, the 99%ers, I don't care what race you are, you've been this way and you're going to stay this way unless you wake up. So I'm asking you, I'm calling you, I'm asking you again, wake up and join with the black folks. All of you, join with the black folks. Now, all of you people who relate to a higher power, a power that is magnificent, more wonderful than anything that you see on earth, every last one of you, I want you to get off them bandwagons. Get off that Republican and Democrat and all the other kind of hogwash stuff you playing games with. This is no game. This life can be wonderful. This life was meant to be wonderful. And you got some turkey who says, I'm better, and you say, yes, sir. That game is over. God doesn't play that way. You gave up your life to exist. The Indians had their land taken. Well, I guess everybody probably had their land taken at one time or another. Black people were slaves, but I guess everybody's been a slave to somebody one time or another, because it's a vicious cycle and nothing is new except something that is being offered to you right now. Now, this program, this proposal that is being made to you, it is built on the foundation, ladies and gentlemen, that it will be empowered by one, truth, and two, you. It will not be me representing you. It will not be Miss Clinton, Trump, or anybody. It'll be each of us who have made a decision that we want to live. And we're not going to let anybody or anything stop us from living. I don't care if you're a king or a queen or a pope or a preacher. And I don't have no shame in my game, and that I is you. Why is there no shame? Because everything belongs to God. And you don't want anything but your cut. And you're willing to give up yourself to help others to have their cut as well. There ain't no shame in that. And if you have to go to jail for stealing, and God forbid, I know it'll be because you've been robbed. But when you go in that courtroom, don't in there ask that judge for no mercy. He's a part of that team. He's a part of that program that got you here. So you tell him, and you tell for the records why you're there. Tell it from your heart. And then see what happens. I can tell you, if you do it from your heart, if they lock you up, it'll be wonderful, really sweet. Worst they can do is they'll let you back out. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I want you to know that this world is going down because a few of them are rising so high and the masses are going so low till they're going to crash. But now is the opportunity to stop it. They have no power over you. The rich, you have the power to close. First of all, think about this. Nullify money. Just nullify it. Money has no value in society at all. Now, all of the resources that's available on this earth or in the confines of the United States of America belong to the people of the United States of America. I don't care what kind of contract's been signed here, what kind of contract's been signed. That game, that Ponzi scheme stuff is over. You can see beyond that junk. You know the king is no better than you, but only stink just like you, smell sweet just like you. Hey, it is what it is. You didn't know this. I mean, you figured it, but you definitely didn't have enough guts to stand up and say it, because you know what they'll do? They will blow your brains out. But you know what? That's the secret. When you're real, it's okay. It's okay. You have found something that you're willing to get your brains blown out for. You have found something that you're willing to get your brains blown out for. Because you've got to get this in one day. Is it going to be from cancer, MS, diabetes, heart attack, car collision? It could be any of those things. But how sweet and how wonderful it is to lose your life for the human race. You know, that's like rain that falls to the earth that the plants might grow. To give your life so that those who are blind can possibly see. Check it out. Bye-bye.